Hello there. Welcome to the channel. Thank you for stopping by. Today we're going to talk about another Tuesday night steal. Had a good match this week. It's a big week for me. We'll talk through that. I'm going to go through and show you the stage plans and everything, and then we'll go through each of the stages. There were four stages this week, and they were fast stages. I think the of the four, I think my fastest time was 16.8 or something. So they were quick stages. Wanted to start the video, show you a little bit more. I've gotten questions and messages and stuff about the rifle that I'm using. This is my PCC that I use on Tuesday night. Still, most weeks I shoot a handgun every now and then, but this has been my primary go-to for a little while. This is my JP5. The JP5 is a fantastic gun. Let's talk about the obvious things real quick. The Cerakote job on this was done by Coated Arms out of Tempe, Arizona. A buddy of mine, Jonathan DeVries, helped me come up with the design here, and then he executed obviously incredibly well. I love the guns. Totally unique look. I wanted that patriotic feel, but I didn't want a gun that was just a flag. I wanted something that was a little bit different, so we went with this. Um, and I'm really happy with it. Turned out fantastic. So good job, JD. Thank you, buddy. Okay, so the JP5 is a fantastic rifle for competition. It is a delayed blowback, so it's very similar. If you're familiar with the MP5, the action in it is virtually identical. It's got lockers in it that you can change the degree to which that delay happens. So you can increase the delay a little bit and make it so that it absorbs more of that recoil and makes that recoil vanish even more. So you can tune this gun, and I've worked on tuning this gun a little bit. I've messed with the weights that are in the captured spring back here in the recoil spring. And I've got mostly stainless steel. I think there's one tungsten on it. Kind of slow that down just a little bit, and that helps. And then the delay locker in here, I went kind of extreme. So the ammo that I'm shooting S&B 115s out of this. It's cheap ammo. I can practice with it without, feeling like I'm having to take out a second mortgage. And then I just run that ammo through competition as well. I've never had a problem with the ammo itself. I've had some feed issues, but those have mostly been magazine issues that I've dealt with. But I don't think I've ever had an ammo problem when I've thousands and thousands of rounds of S&B through this thing now. It runs like a dream. So I've got it tuned exactly to that so that the recoil is as little as possible while still ejecting well and making sure that I'm going to have good reliability and good feeding reliability there. And like I say, I haven't, since I tuned it to that ammo, I haven't had a single issue. Some other setups on the gun, I 3D printed my magwell. I found a pattern for a JP5 magwell that was 3D printed, so I went that route. The nice thing about this is a lot of the magwells out there, you can't take them off. Where this just snaps off, I don't want to break it, but this just slides right off of there. So I can, if I'm in a match, what I found is there's a drum that's designed for PCC, but that drum won't fit with a magwell on it. So if there's a spot where I need a high round count and I'm in a spot where I can do that, I can just pop this off real quick, throw my drum on and go. I've done it once, but it's nice to have that flexibility. A lot of the other magwells that are out there for sale and things, they look a little flashier, but they'll mount on with set screws and things like that, and they're much more permanent. This just snaps in place, stays pretty steady, and I've had good luck with that. Other things on the rifle to show you. This is the Holosun 510C. I'm a fan of Holosun stuff for the money. I know it's Chinese, but and I get a little bit of crap for it, but Holosun performs really well for me. Value for the money. I think they're kind of tough to beat. I've got some other optics, but especially on my PCCs, I love this Holosun 510C. You can change the reticle. You can make it a circle with like a crosshair in it. You can make it a circle with a dot. You can make it just a dot, which is what I do. And I've really loved it. And then on my offset, I've got, I think this is the 407C. Um, or yeah, I think it's a 407C, 407 something. Let's see. Yeah, 407C. Um, I have it set so that and again, this is just all personal preference stuff. This is a red dot. This is a green dot. For my eyes, with both eyes open, when I do rotate the rifle, I like to know which one I'm like. I can pick up that green as it comes across, and I know I'm looking at the right dot. With both eyes open, sometimes if you angle it just right, you can see both of them. And so I made them different colors, and that works for me. I like to know which one I'm staring at really quick, and it helped. That just seems to help me. So. I've got a wider grip on this. This is an ergo grip. I have large hands, so this grip is a little bit wider, and it fills out my hand pretty well, it just makes me feel really stable. The other thing that Coated Arms did for me, yeah, you can kind of see it here. They put a textured patch right here for me, so they just laser etched the grip here for a spot where my finger goes. So as I'm shooting, my finger was when this was a smooth surface and my finger kind of slid around a little bit. Now I know I'm indexed in the right spot, and I just stick my finger right there and off I go. And that was something again that just helped me get everything lined out where I wanted to. So that is my trusty JP5. Um, and I absolutely love this gun. I have a backup for this. The backup is it's a GMR 15, which is a JP rifle as well. So very similar look, but it's more of an AR9 platform, so none of the delay. And I'm tuning that one right now to see how close I can get it to this. It's just a fun kind of project, but um, about half the price. And so nice to have a backup that I'm going to be familiar with. It's going to feel very familiar, um, and yeah, should perform pretty well. So that's my rifle. Let's get to the show, the actual performance this week for Tuesday Night Steel. Tuesday Night Steel was a great match, like I said. It always is. It's an absolute blast. So if you're in Arizona and you want to get into the competitive shooting, start with Tuesday Night Steel. Come out to Rio Salado and shoot it there with us. It's an absolute blast, and it's a really great way for um, a newer shooter to get stepping into competition. It's been a fantastic journey for me to go through that. And let's we're gonna go next. I'm gonna walk you through each of the stage plans. I'll go stage plan, and then we'll watch my performance on that stage. I'll try and compare times to the fastest shooter on each stage, so you get an idea where things were there, and then we'll move on to the end and look at the results page and kind of see how that worked out. But there we go. Let's get started. So as with most weeks, I start on stage 2. Stage 2 this week was the most complicated of the week, and it was a lot of fun. I think I had a pretty good time on this one. You start in box A, and you can see here it says knock down PR1. So each of these circles needs to be knocked down. And then while moving between box A and B, somewhere in this area here, need to hit 2 hits on the squares and 1 hit on the circles here in array 1. From box B, there's a stack of plates that's lined up facing you. Have to knock down those 6 plates. And then between box B and C, 1 hit on the circles, 2 hit on the squares. And then from box C, knock down another plate rack. So it's a quick stage, a lot of opportunity to miss, and a lot of opportunity for mistake. Where when I was a newer shooter, I would step out of the box and stop, hit these targets, and then bust it over to the second box and go from there. You'll see I've been working on moving and getting that speed where I can move fairly quickly and still be taking out the targets. And a buddy of mine, Thad, and I will talk about that a little bit after. He'll make a comment on what my strategy was for my movement. I walk the stage. I think through how I'm going to do it. I try it a couple different times. I've been working a lot on my footwork, so I'm not wasting any time. So here's my first stage, stage 2.
Yes, for letting me run your SIG afterwards.
Okay, sounds good.
I'll hold your thing for letting me run your SIG because I'm dying to shoot.
All right, let's see here.
Are you ready? Stand by. range clear. Good. What a great plan. Circle, circle, square, square, move.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Thank you.
It was very flowy, which is really
Was it?
fast.
Good.
1686.
Woo!
Damn, baby.
We. Hello. That's good run. A lot of flow in there.
Next stage, stage 3. On stage 3, you can see here, you only shoot from each of the squares. I have a slight hesitation, and I don't know if anybody else will really would have caught it, but between A and B, I really wanted to shoot these poppers because we had just come from a stage where that's what happened. But on this stage, you only shoot while within the box. So start in box A. These end up being tall, thin, rectangular targets. You have to get 2 hits on each of those. These poppers in front of the 2 big are really tiny little poppers. They're configured a little bit differently, but they're about 6 inches, maybe 8 inches tall, sitting on the ground. B, you shoot those. C, you shoot these. And then from box D, it's 3 hits on each of the squares in array 4. So ends up being 6 rounds from each of the boxes.
Are you ready? Stand by. There it is. Good. And range clear.
Thank you, Victor.
1593.
Here we are on stage 4. 1 hit on each of the circles, and then bust it to box B, where it's 2 hits on the squares, 1 hit on the circle out of array 2. Then between box B and C, you'll see knock down these 6 poppers. They're pretty large poppers. You'll see a couple misses because I'm trying to move pretty quickly over there. Then from box C, it's array 3, 1 on the square, 2 on the circle, or 1, I'm sorry, 2 on the circles, 1 on the square again, and then over to array D where it's 1 hit on each of the circles. So 5 from each stage here. An interesting note, when I was moving here, I practiced this one a few times. I worked on my footwork a couple of different times. When I get from the transition across here and step into box C, I never looked down. I just knew I was in the box, and it was nice to kind of not be having to watch my feet because I'd walked through it. So it was nice to know I was in the right spot.
Shooter ready. Stand by.
If you are close and let us show clear. Clear, hammer down and leg.
Range is clear 1413.
Good job, Danny.
Thank you. Okay, stage 1. From box A to the headshots here, these are just circles up on tall stands. 1 hit on each of these circles and 2 hits on the square. Then from box B, it's just shoot the array here. So 1 hit on each of these poppers. These do not fall down. 1 hit on the circles and then 2 hits on the square. Exactly the same thing in box C. And then from box D, it's the mirror of A. So 1 hit on each of the headshots, 1 on the circle and 2 on the squares. Okay. You'll notice something I try and cut time here and there, but something for those of you that are just starting in competitive shooting. I'll point out something that I did this on this one, just so you see. As I come into box B, I'm moving to my right. So as I'm moving over here, I'm gonna pick up. I've got to shoot this array in front of me. So as I do that, I start on this side because naturally that's my position where I'm starting. Okay. So I came into the box here, shot across this way. Well, now I'm facing that direction, and it's a quick step over to box C. So you'll see the gun like come off target a little bit as I look down to make sure I'm stepping into this box. It was a wide step, but I step into this box and then I'm already on this target here, so I finished it this direction. But It's really important to get on target as quick as you can when you're coming into a shooting area. So I like to be hit the first target that really makes sense from where the gun is, even though we all naturally kind of want to shoot left to right. It's important to kind of go where the gun is naturally going to point and start there. So that's just a little thing for new shooters. It'll speed you up a lot more than you think it will. Let's see how it went.
Shooter ready. Stand by.
If you are finished, unload and show clear. If clear, hammer down and flag. 1432.
That's what I said. I said I want to see you under 15, and he's afraid of me. So
That's a good day there, Danny. That's good. We get there. Range is clear.
I predicted greatness.
I'm
Well done,
for
man.
one shooting. 25 up and 25 down.
Here we go. Let's look at the results here. As you can see, I finished okay. I finished sixth overall. Um, and that was out of, let's see, a total of 204 shooters. So a good showing. Finished sixth. I'll take that all day. This is Nathan, whose times we were kind of showing against there. He beat me by, what, 5 seconds? A little over 5 seconds total on the match. But yeah, a good week. So this is the breakdown overall. The most important one here is if I change it from overall to PCC and then master class, I was first overall, which means this is my third win in PCC master class. And that moves me at Tuesday Night Steel up to the Grand Master status. So I have topped out the rankings of my classification there and achieved a goal that I thought was going to take me a couple of years and have done so much more quickly than I expected. And I'm really, really happy with that result. So that's the big one for me. It's interesting to kind of go through and look and see where you compare overall. So if I move all classes here on PCC, I was fifth. So fifth overall of the PCC guys, there were almost 50 of us, so there's 47. So a good showing there. Happy with that. And then practice score is really cool. You can go through and look at a lot of different stages here, so or a lot of different elements here. So we'll start stage two was that first stage that we looked at. You can see on stage two among the PCCs, I was fourth. I finished with a 1686. Nathan got that 1521. See where the rankings are there. That third stage three, which was my second stage, this was my worst stage. And on this stage, I ranked 17th with a 15.9. You can see here's where I lost some time here. Nathan beat me by almost 3 seconds on this stage. Just a little bit of hesitation. It's amazing how much time that sucks up. My third stage, I finished 13th with a 14.13. Look at Lee, man, what a time! I felt pretty good about a 14.13, but obviously there were 12 guys or 12 shooters better than that. Um, look at Steph, she crushed it. So really good showing there. All right, and then my final stage here, I was able to come in really well, so I came in at second. Nathan got me by what is that 0.16 seconds. So that's that's um, frustrating when you're that close and don't quite close the deal. But yeah, second place, first loser, right? So that was Tuesday Night Steel. Another absolute blast as always. And it's let's move forward and see if I can start pecking away at that Grand Master group. Goal is now be the overall top shooter at Tuesday Night Steel. So I'm looking forward to that challenge, and I'm looking forward to the day when I'm able to achieve that goal. So uh, a lot of fun. It's a great sport. You're out there with really good people, everybody having a good time, and I I am grateful for the opportunity that I've had to step into this sport. It is so much fun. So hopefully we'll see you out on the range. If not, thank you for stopping by. Appreciate you being here. And hopefully you've learned something from the little mistakes that I made that are making me a better shooter. So thanks again. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you again soon. Thanks again.